When did you realize your parents saw you as their unpaid employee? The paramedic found me passed out in vomit that smelled like bleach, and that's when things finally changed. My hands looked like someone had dipped them in acid because basically, someone had. That someone was me, mixing industrial cleaners for 18 hours straight until my body just quit. The ER doctor kept rereading my toxicology report like it was lying to her. These chemical levels, I only see this in 50-year-old janitors who ignore safety protocols for decades. She squinted at me suspiciously. You're 16. What were you doing? You won't believe what I was doing. Running my parents' entire Airbnb empire while they lived in a separate house drinking wine and counting money they never shared. 4 properties, all mine to manage since my 13th birthday, when Dad handed me a mop and said I had natural hospitality genes. The doctor's face was shocked when I explained how I'd wake up at 5 to start laundry for all 4 houses while he called for a social worker. I would race between properties doing check-ins while texting apologies to angry guests about the Wi-Fi being slow. Hold on, the doctor said. How many school days have you missed for this? 47, but who's counting? Oh wait, the social worker was definitely counting when she showed up looking ready to fight someone. Where exactly are your parents during all this? Wine country, obviously. Probably drunk posting about entrepreneurship while I'm literally dying from their business. She pulled up our listings and almost dropped her phone. $25,000 monthly? What's your cut? The silence after I said, I get to live indoors was so loud even the heart monitor seemed embarrassed. A nurse finally gave me back my phone. 200 unread messages from guests losing their minds over towel shortages and broken coffee makers. The social worker started scrolling through them and found the one from last month that made her gasp. I'd begged my parents for help during finals because I was failing everything. They'd sent back a selfie from Vegas with "Priorities matter, sweetie," like they were teaching me some profound life lesson. That's when my parents actually burst in, and honestly their reaction was more toxic than the chemicals. Do you understand what you've done? Dad's neck vein was doing that thing where it looked ready to explode. $2,000 per day we're losing because you couldn't handle basic cleaning. Mom clutched her designer purse like I'd personally attacked her. The ambulance at our property? Our superhost status is probably ruined. The social worker stood up so fast her chair scraped and her voice went deadly quiet. Your daughter has chemical burns in her lungs from working without safety equipment. Dad actually laughed and said business experience beats trigonometry any day. My mom tried damage control. Room and board for a teenager is extremely generous. But then Dad, still drunk from wine tasting and completely out of patience, dropped the bomb that made everyone freeze. Listen, we had her specifically so someone could run the business when we got tired of working. Even my heart monitor forgot to beep. The social worker said I was going to have to stay with a family member to rest and recover. The second she said it, panic flooded my chest worse than the chemical burns. Wait, the McAllens check in at 3. The door codes are in my phone. The cleaning schedule is memorized in my head. My parents practically glowed with relief. See? She loves the work. This is all blown out of proportion. The social worker grabbed my bandaged hand, and tears were literally rolling down her face. Honey, they're making you choose between your health and their wealth. My parents went nuclear, threatening to sue me for 17 years of living expenses if I abandoned what they called the family mission. But here's the thing about being someone's tech-savvy slave. I controlled every password, every smart lock code, every booking platform login. The realization hit me like good drugs, which honestly I needed after the chemical exposure. 6 months later, and the Department of Labor is so far up their ass about child labor violations that they owe me $50,000 in back wages. Mom texted last week, "You destroyed our family business." I texted back, "Your business. I was just the unpaid employee you gave birth to." She left me on red.